Well, welcome to a new video. I'm down here by the river again. I came up the river a little bit. You can see I got my kayak. I got dropped off right here. So I've got my bow and my fishing stuff. So this afternoon I'm thinking I'm gonna do a little fishing for some fat smallmouth and hopefully shoot some carp too. Right down the river, I know there's some good spots. Under this bridge is a deep hole, and as soon as I pulled up here, I saw a fat smallmouth underneath the bridge. He was probably 12-13 inches, definitely keeper size. So I've got a little jig head with a night crawler on it. I'm going to throw this out here and see what I can get. Well, the night crawler wasn't working, so I went and caught a crayfish and put him on that jig head. He's trying to bite himself off right now, but crayfish are my all-time favorite bait for fishing in this river, so I'm gonna throw him out and see what I get. I just threw that crayfish out, and sure enough, I got a nice smallie. Oh, he's trying to get away. Sure enough, I got a nice smallie. I think he's 12. I'll measure him real quick, but I think those are some nice fillets. I'm gonna try to get another crayfish out there because I saw an even bigger one follow him in. But I better get him cleaned up and measured, as I think that one's 12. He's a nice one. He put up a pretty good fight too. I'm gonna try to get another one. I just caught an absolute tank of a smallie. I threw that crayfish out. No more than 30 seconds later, this big guy grabs right on it. Look at this. Look at this. For this, oh man, he's a feisty one too. Look at that. For this river, that's a pretty nice smallie. Right out of this deep hole under the bridge. And he ate that crayfish. That's what I'm saying. Live bait is the way to go for smallmouth, especially in this river. Crayfish and hellgamites mostly. It's kind of a pain to flip over rocks and find your bait, but it's definitely worth it. That's number 2. I'm gonna see if I can get my limit today. I'm still seeing some carp swimming around, but they're really spooky. I can never pick up my bow in time. It's kind of hard to fish and bow fish at the same time, but there's a lot more river down lower that I know is full of carp, so I'm sure we'll get some of them. But for right now, I'm just gonna try to get some more of these. Look at that. It's a nice smallie right there. I just got another crayfish on the hook. He's a pretty big one, so hopefully big crayfish means big fish. I'm gonna cast him out. I don't know if you can see, but there's a rock point right there where they built the bridge, and that's right where I caught the other 2 smallmouth. So I'm gonna cast it out there, see if I can get number 3. I'm just letting it sit on the bottom, just letting it sink. Then when I think it's been on the bottom, sometimes I'll give it a little twitch just to see if anything's on it yet. One thing you got to pay attention to when you're fishing with crayfish is you got to let the fish take it. If you just set the hook as soon as you feel a fish, they're more than likely going to just spit it right back out. You're more than likely not going to hit them. When you feel fish, you got to let them run for a little bit with it. Of course, now that I've got the camera on, I'm probably not going to catch anything. Sometimes I like to just reel it slow. I'm not sure. I think I was just snagged. I'll make a couple more casts, see if I can get something. If I don't get any more bites here in the next couple minutes, I'll load my stuff up and move on to the next hole, see if there's anything down there. But this hole has been pretty good to me. I got 2 keeper smallmouth out of it. Can't argue with that. Nothing. Sometimes it's hard to tell if you got a fish. Sometimes those crayfish will stick right to the bottom. One more cast. I think I'm gonna load my stuff up and move on to the next hole. I'll tell you when I get there. Well, I'm wading down the river here, just kind of pulling the kayak behind me, and I came into a giant pool of carp, and I just kept missing and missing, but finally I got one right there. It took long enough. I'm still pretty new to the bow fishing thing, and I miss a lot more than I hit, but finally I hit one. And you can see I'm in about waist deep water, just kind of wading down through here. I might hop in the kayak for a second because I'm in this stagnant part of the river. It's probably my favorite spot to come to shoot carp, and one of my favorites to come and catch smallmouth. Haven't caught any more of them yet. I got my pole ready and my bow, kind of switching back and forth, but yeah, it's not a real big carp, but I'll take it. Finally got him. Finally got into another smallmouth. Came down to the second part of this pool, but he's not big enough to keep, so I'll get him unhooked and throw him back. I think there should be some carp down this way, but hopefully I can find it. Just got another fat smallie on a crayfish. This one, he's pretty good. I'd say 13 inches probably. But yeah, they love the crayfish. I saw this one swimming in the water and kind of sight casted to him. I'm seeing some carp too, but no shots at them. It's a pretty nice fish. Just was looking for some crayfish and gotta get that to focus. Found this guy instead. Big old nasty helgamite. He'll work just as well. They will bite you if you're not careful though. Look, he's a nasty one. Oh boy, he's trying to bite me. He's pretty mad. Look at his big old chompers there. Oh yeah, good smallmouth bait. Ready to get another one. Well, the helgamite worked, but fortunately it's just a little guy though. The good thing about those helgamites is they do stay on the hook a little better, so hopefully I won't need to go find a new one if I get them unhooked fast. Another little smallie on a crayfish. He's hooked kind of weird though. I don't know. Looks like about a 10-incher. Good one to throw back. Well, I ended up with 3 keeper smallies and that carp that I shot. So not a bad midday run on the river. I was only out from like 1 to 4. So not too bad. I was hoping for a few more smallies, but that's what I got. I got all 3 of these on crayfish. That seems to be what I catch the bigger ones on. This one was 16, probably about 2 pounds. That's a pretty nice fish for the river. That one's 12 and that one was 14. He's a pretty nice one too. But yeah, I'm gonna get them filleted up and they'll be good eating. I'll probably save the carp, put them in the freezer, and I'll use them for mink and coon bait this winter, so he won't go to waste. All a good deal. I didn't get to film a whole lot just because I was by myself and I can't really film and fish at the same time, so I was kind of trying to go back and forth. But I think I'm going to, if I get a lot of views on this video, I will get somebody to come with me and film for me so I can make a better quality video and hopefully film some of me actually catching the fish, or it would be really cool to get some video of me shooting the carp. I think that'd be cool, but we'll see how it goes.